with new studies coming out about hormonal replacements and premenopause or menopause being explored or discussed as safe, what are your thoughts or insights for anyone with porphyria diagnosis?
So, as I mentioned before, there's always there is also potential risk in patients with acute porphyria, having an induced attack with any hormone replacement therapy. In general, estrogen-only treatments safer than ones that contain progesterone. Okay, but it's still, in the end, it is a risk-benefit analysis that is patient-specific. The factors that go into here are the benefit for the patient for being on a hormone replacement treatment for, in this particular case, in the perimenopausal period. Then that needs to be balanced by the patient-specific risk of having an acute attack. The lower your risk, for example, you've never had an attack, your ALA and PBG is normal, right? Or if you've had 1 or 2 attacks ever in your lifetime, you haven't had an attack in 5-10 years, right? And your normal levels of ALA and PBG are normal. I tend to consider that relatively low risk. The other thing that actually I didn't mention we should factor into here when we're talking about risk is access to treatment, right? So if you don't have ready access to treatment, then I would also be more careful about taking on more risk of having a triggered acute porphyria attack, right? Because we really want to avoid attacks and certainly want to avoid having prolonged attacks. But patients who have ready access to treatment, especially locally, again, you can tolerate a little bit more risk, right? I talk about this all the time with my patients who are on preventive medication with Givlaari already. It's telling them, hey, we're monitoring you regularly. We know what your baseline ALA and PBG levels are. We can repeat this as soon as you start a new treatment and monitor and get a sense of whether or not your risk is going up or down, and we can give you ready access for treatment. And so in that case, we can tolerate more risk. So it's unfortunately, it's never a clear yes/no answer in all cases,
Right.
but it always has to be, I think, a risk-benefit analysis here.
Really, every single patient, because we are so unique, it always seems like it's a trial and error, and you have to weigh the benefits with what your current circumstances are. Speaking from a AIP patient perspective, because I live it every single day for sure.